how do you nurture a relationship with somebody you interviewed with? Ooh, I love this question. Okay. So if you go on an interview and met somebody you really liked, and maybe you don't move forward in the process, after that hiring process is over, is the perfect time for you to reach out to them on LinkedIn. And what you want to do is say, can we connect? I really enjoyed meeting you in the XYZ interview. I have something I'd love to share with you as a thank you. Think about that. All right. Can we connect? I enjoyed meeting you. I would love to share something as a thank you. So now they're like, okay, what's the thank you? Now, what I want you to do is go find like an article or a video, something about the industry or something that you discussed in the interview with them that you think that if you were their actual colleague, they would find interesting. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know how when we see something in the news, we're like, oh, I want to send that to people that I know would find it interesting. That's what I want you to do with these people that you met on the interview. And all I want you to do is message them and say, hey, thanks for connecting. I so enjoyed when we talked about X in the interview. I know I didn't get the job, but I'd still love to stay in touch. P.S. I saw this article. It made me think of our conversation. Here you go. All right. So what you're doing is providing some value. It didn't cost you anything other than your time, but that's how you start to treat them like a peer, where you're having conversations. And that nicely and politely reminds them of like, oh yeah, we did have that conversation in the interview. And oh yeah, we did talk about that. How nice was it of them to send me this info? That's really cool. Now you've opened up the lines of communication. Now what you do is like every 6 weeks or so, find another article or video. And when you think of them, mark your calendar, go back and say, I know it's been a while, but this came across my desk, thought you'd enjoy it. What do you think? Ask them a question back. Do you agree with this? What's your opinion on it? Almost like you were having a conversation. This is how you just start to have this wonderful relationship with these people. Now, if you're going to say to me right now, oh yeah, but that takes time, JT, and I've got to remember to do this. How badly do you want a job with them, folks? This is a job that's potentially worth thousands of dollars to you that would make you stress less, earn more, and like your work. Put a little skin in the game. Make a little Google Calendar reminder, and then remind yourself on the day to, oh, I wanted to network with that person. Let me go find something interesting to send them and start the conversation. It's worth it to do this. That is so easy to do. There was a time when we didn't even have a tool like LinkedIn to be able to do this. And now you have a way to very easily stay in touch with people that you met at the companies you ultimately want to work for. And let me tell you how this pays off. Now it's a few months later. They're having a conversation. They need somebody for a certain job. This person remembers you. Hey, remember that person we interviewed? He sent me a couple of really cool articles. Maybe he'd be up for the job. Let me reach out and see what he thinks. See what's happening there? You got to nurture the relationship. That's all you need to do in that. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. You do this to the companies you want to work for. Don't do it for everyone. You don't have to do it for everyone you interview with. Do it with the people that you enjoy talking to. And you're like, I could see them being a coworker someday. I would like them to be my coworker someday. So I'm going to nurture this relationship with them so they'll keep me top of mind. So maybe they'll think of me as a coworker. Or even if a couple months later they post a job and you're like, oh, I really want that job. Well, now you're not messaging that person out of the blue. You've been messaging them and creating some value and sending them some info and saying, now you message them and go, hey, you know what? I just saw you guys posted this job. Do you have any tips? I really would love a shot at this job. What would be your advice? You're not asking them for the job, but they have become, a connection for you who could probably offer you some tips. And they might go, oh, didn't know you were interested. Let me tell the hiring manager. Because you're not a stranger to them anymore. You've actually nurtured that relationship. That's what you need to do, folks. It really does work. And you don't do it for everyone. You just do it with the people and the companies you most want to work for, right? These are the techniques that really smart people use to earn more, stress less, and love their work. And that's what I'm going to teach you every single time. It's going to take a little work, but oh my goodness, is it worth it, right? It's totally, totally worth it. You want step-by-step how to do that and be coached on it. It's a big part of what we do over at Work It Daily. Head on over, grab a 7-day free trial, grab a membership, and we'll coach you through it.